Let's see what stations I can pick up right now. Because usually when I move it closer to Windows, I usually can pick up most channels. Alright, so we're gonna... Okay.
Sunday night.
Okay.
Melbourne and vicinity. This is NOAA Weather Radio Station WXJ70, the voice of the National Weather Service.
Melbourne.
This broadcast comes to you from the National Weather Service office in Melbourne, Florida, on a frequency of 162.55 megahertz. A required weekly test of the NOAA Weather Radio Public Warning.
Let's play around with this channel a little, because why not? Come on.
The following day. The current time is 1:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This hazardous weather outlook is for East Central Florida. Day 1, today and tonight. Thunderstorm impact. An area of disturbed weather over the Florida Straits will try to become organized later today and tonight.
What do you mean
It is
try?
possible that an area of low pressure will develop and eventually become a subtropical or tropical depression or storm. As this low lifts northward along the southeast coast of Florida over the next 24 hours, deep moisture and several rounds of showers will move onto the east central Florida coast, especially Treasure Coast. Isolated lightning storms will be possible. The main impacts include torrential downpours, occasional lightning, and localized wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour. Flood impact. Several rounds of onshore moving squalls may produce 2 to 3 inches of rainfall locally today and tonight across portions of the Treasure Coast and Okeechobee County. This will produce considerable ponding of water on roadways and other poorly drained surfaces. High wind impact. Breezy to windy conditions will, again, overspread east central Florida. Easterly winds of 20 to 25 miles per hour with frequent higher gusts will affect areas along the Space and Treasure Coasts. Elsewhere, winds will increase to 15 to 20 miles per hour through this afternoon with higher gusts expected. Boaters on area lakes and the intracoastal waterways should use extra caution since strong winds and rough waves can overturn small craft. Gusty winds can also blow around unsecured objects.
Let me try to move the
Coastal
antenna,
flood
like,
impact.
put the
High
antenna back to
astronomical
the
tides
no, that's just
combined
stupid.
with strong onshore winds and
Well,
rough
not
pounding surf may generate minor flooding of low areas along the shores of the Atlantic and the intracoastal waters. Expect wave run-up to the dune line around a time of high tide between 3:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. this afternoon and again late tonight between 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m. Localized beach erosion is possible. Rip current impact. Ocean and weather conditions will produce a high risk of life-threatening rip currents at area beaches today. The threat for dangerous rip currents will be present all day, but will be highest through 12:30 p.m. and begin from 6:30 p.m. through late evening due to tidal effects. Swim within sight of a lifeguard. If no lifeguard is present, think twice before entering the surf.
More like don't enter the
Marine
surf.
thunderstorm gust impact increasing. Westward moving. Squalls from a disturbance over South Florida may produce wind gusts in excess of 35 knots today and tonight over the coastal waters and intracoastal waterways. Wind and sea impact. Hazardous small craft boating conditions will continue area-wide. A gale warning goes into effect at 10 a.m. through 8 p.m. this evening for marine legs between Sebastian Inlet through Jupiter Inlet. East winds of 25 to 30 knots are expected here with frequent gusts to gale force. Elsewhere, winds will be near 20 knots and frequently gusty. Seas will build 6 to 8 feet near shore and 7 to 10 feet offshore. Days 2 through 7, Saturday through Thursday. A trough of low pressure over the Straits of Florida remains forecast to develop into a subtropical or tropical storm near over the northwestern Bahamas by early Saturday.
Surprise
From there,
face.
this system is forecast to move north to northeast over the open Atlantic into early next week. Locally, heavy rain and embedded storms will be possible Saturday along the Treasure Coast, where accumulated rainfall may total up to 3 inches in localized minor flooding, especially in poor drainage and urbanized areas. Large breakers will impact all beaches, which will produce a high risk of rip currents again on Saturday. Rough pounding surf will produce some beach erosion, especially around the times of high tide. Boating conditions will be very hazardous with gale conditions possible in seas building 9 to 8.
Yep.
Spotter information statement. Spotter activation will not be needed today and tonight. Please report any rainfall amounts of 2 inches or more to the National Weather Service in Melbourne. The forecast for the Melbourne NOAA Weather Radio listening area. Lake wind advisory in a...
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, let's try to get some other stations. Also, wait. I want to see something if I move it over here.
Windy. A slight chance of showers through late morning.
Yeah, let me even go back over here. It's fresher, so y'all can hear it better. We're gonna go down to set channel.
Bastion Inlet through Jupiter Inlet.
This is KH26.
East winds of...
Fort Pierce, I don't know what's that. Must be off the air or something.
The Bahamas miles per hour.
This is WXJ70. I already know that. Naples Station. This is Naples Station. This
10
station.
to 15 miles.
This station is already off the air. I checked.
Saturday night. Partly into early next week.
This KH26.
But an aircraft is scheduled to investigate the disturbance tomorrow, if necessary.
Well, it looks like KH63, KH26, and WXJ70 are the only stations I can pick up when I bring it to this window. Yeah, this window. And, yeah. Peace out.
80%.
And we need one more subscriber for 135. Alright. I'm gonna put it in. Plug in my external antenna. Well, not really, it's an RCA port. They can also fit RCA ports. Alright. We'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.